Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside and this week's nursery tour. Welcome to the end of October in North Carolina. It is just a glorious time to be in the South. So what we're going to do today is go ahead and walk through the nursery and see what is growing, blooming, and thriving here at Creekside Nursery in Dallas, North Carolina, Zone 7B, for you to come and shop. So we do these nursery tours so that you can get a feel of real-time plants that are here available at the nursery that you can come and shop. Few housekeeping things before we get too far into it. The Creekside merchandise is of course ready and available on the website gardeningwithcreekside.com. We launched the hats and the merchandise and all that stuff, I guess it was last week. The pink hats sold out like that. You people love them as much as I do. No fear, we have restocked the website so you can, if you had gone and looking for them and they weren't there, go back. You can go ahead and place your order. I will just tell you there's going to be about a two-week delay on that because we have to get them in. But we're going to go ahead and be taking orders. As soon as they get in, we will ship them out. So if you're going to place an order for a pink hat, expect a 2-week delay on that just for right now. Everything else is in stock. All the t-shirts, the sweatshirts, the black hats, the blue hats, and there is going to be lots more being added to the website that you can shop from. That will be great Christmas presents. Don't want to give anything away, but we have some fun things in the works that are headed your way very soon. As soon as we can get our hands on them, get pictures so that we can show them to you in live action. All right, so yeah, check out that. Shrubs still available, quart size, all the same 9 yards.
Yeah, we've had a few quality problems with a few shrubs here and there, so we're having to...
Yes, and we do greatly appreciate all of your patience and understanding as we work through the kinks of launching this e-commerce venture side of Creekside Nursery, because it is, as you might imagine, not the simplest thing to ship live plants, whether it is 20 miles down the road or literally across the country. And so thank you for your feedback. We are working to, of course, remedy any situation like that. And just know that, again, we are working through the kinks and refining the process so that we can bring you the best quality plants to your doorstep and you can put them in your garden. Here at the nursery, we do sell our shrubs as 3 gallons or larger. Online, of course, they are quarts. Trying to ship a 3-gallon, 5-gallon, 15-gallon plant, not going to go really well, and or shipping would be out the roof. So that's why we sell the quarts online here at the nursery, obviously more well developed. So if you are somewhat close to us, even just a couple of hours, and you can have a weekend, come make the trip up here, because you're going to get some of these beautiful plants that you can still get online, but they're going to be a 3-gallon as opposed to a quart. So for example, some things that, so we're just going to kind of go through and talk about things that are really shining right now and things that you're going to want to think about putting in your garden. Azaleas. This is just a handful of them. We have some more down there. These are the Perfecto Mundos from Proven Winners. These are reblooming azaleas, meaning that they're going to bloom 3 times a year. So we have Pink Carpet is down here. So Pink Carpet is going to be a nice and low. So it is low and wide. It would work as a ground cover. So we get people asking about ground covers all the time. Yes, this is a shrub, but it could be a ground cover because it's only like 1 to 2 feet tall, but almost 3 feet wide. Beautiful soft pink. Then of course the Perfecto Mundo red. Your azaleas typically tend to be more of a southern shrub, so they're hardy in zones 6B to 9. And as I tell you kind of a lot on the videos that I'm doing, fall winter sun is very different than summer sun. I saw another person on social media, she was like, these are the days where the shadows are long. Yes, so just bear with us here. Another thing that would be a wonderful choice to put in your garden right now, if you were looking for evergreen presents, we talked about evergreens and how they offer protection for wildlife. and privacy. These are North Poles, North Pole arborvitaes from Proven Winners. Now, if you notice some of your evergreens starting to have a little bit of brown on the inside right now, that is perfectly normal. That is what they do this time of year. Don't freak out. They are not dying. So whether it's an arborvitae or a pine, I know that my Thunder Head pine up there has brown needles in it. Our pine trees are losing needles. So this is kind of a normal process right now. But the North Poles, if you remember up on the berm, this is what we have North Poles. They're going to be more upright and narrow. They are very cold tolerant, zones 3 to 8. I mean, you're talking about cold tolerant, fantastic one for especially your cooler climates. With us being a 7B, these still do really, really well. We have had zero issue with ours. They're going to be 10 to 15 feet tall, 3 to 5 wide. So that is a great one. We also have American Pillar, which is a really, you can tell, right? I would say much taller, right? A foot taller than your North Poles. These are going to be really fast growers, right? As far as a tree goes. So American Pillar, that is still an arborvitae. This is going to be 15 to 20. And you're going to plant them 2.5 feet apart. So for my folks who are looking for those fast growing privacy screens, then this is going to be a great one. I mean, it only gets 2.5 feet wide, 15 to 20, American Pillar, right?
You have a small backyard.
Small backyard, you need some privacy as opposed to like, we have of course like the green giants in the back that cover, you don't even see the tractor shed from certain angles. They get like at the base, ours are at least 15 feet wide at the bottom. They take up a lot of room. So if you have a narrow space, fast grower, this is a great one for sure. Look at the color on these hydrangeas. Y'all, if you're in warmer zones, please plant your hydrangeas now. Gorgeous color. I mean, look at that. This is Little Lime Punch. It is one of my absolute favorite new introductions from Proven Winners. It is going to be going into the signature garden, but if you are in those warmer zones like I am, and I would dare say zones 6 and warmer, this is the perfect time to plant your hydrangeas. Why do I say that? Yes, they are starting to go into dormancy. That is what you want because the energy is coming out of producing flowers and leaves and it's going into the roots. Get them into the ground so that the rest of the fall, winter, and early spring, you have tons of root growth. When the heat of the summer hits, these plants will be well established. They will handle the heat and humidity so much better than if you plant them in, say, the spring, late spring. If you don't hear anything else from me, plant your hydrangeas now. Again, there's nothing in the signature garden right now, but hopefully within the next week, maybe. We're trying, people. I'm gonna be planting my hydrangeas in the signature garden. Do not think it is too late. Absolutely not. You've got all of November and you've probably got all of December at least into, I would say, early January, because we have such mild. We plant in February. I'm just saying the earlier the better with your hydrangeas at this point, okay? So go time on the hydrangeas. Little Lime Punches are still gonna be that same 3 to 5, but the thing is they have, look at this, much stronger, sturdier stems. I mean, this is a big old head on here, and of course we have overhead irrigation that goes off, and so these flowers are full of water, but look how strong and sturdy they are. I mean, they're huge, very, very tight habit on them as well. Now, do we have other hydrangeas? Absolutely. Your Incrediballs, your Fairy Trail Brides, your Bobos, your Pufferfishes, all of those are great to do in the garden right now. What am I missing next? Oh, beautyberries. Let's talk about beautyberries. Roses as well. Look at Crema. This is Crema. This is an older bloom off of Crema. This is Reminiscent Crema from Proven Winners, where they have that look of that old That old style rose, that classic rose, of course, is going to be a bit more disease resistant, hardy in zones 4 to 9. And this is going to be like a landscape, like a shrub rose. So it could be basically about 3 feet tall, 2 feet wide. But crema, of course, is gorgeous because it has that kind of that buttermilk, creamy white flower on it and has a nice, delicate fragrance to it. So beautiful, nice and tight. There's buds all over it. That's the great thing about roses, of course, right? So you get a great spring flush, and then again, when the temperatures start to cool off again, you get another flush later on. My David Austin's are doing it, and so are the Proven Winners ones here at the nursery. The drift roses, they too are doing the same. This is sweet drift with that really sweet little nice delicate pink. So of course the drift roses are going to be more low and wide in the fact of with that spreading habit as opposed to an upright habit, and is perfect for a romantic cottage garden look, hardy in zones 4 to 11. So extremely adaptable. Only about 1.5 feet tall and about 2.5 feet wide. So what your height here is about what it's going to be, right? And then it spreads. Roses, of course, bloom on new growth, so you can shear them back, and there's a beautiful white. There's all sorts of great colors. Now, Pearl Glam Beautyberry is, oh my gosh, y'all, this is when she is shining in the garden for sure. We're gonna try to work here with the sun as the best we can. I know it's tricky, so just bear with us. Pearl Glam Beautyberry is a beautiful shrub that really shines in the fall. It does have great presence in your garden for 3 months out of the year. It is deciduous, but it holds onto its leaves for a long time in the garden. You can see that it still hasn't lost any of its leaves yet. Where you see all of these beautiful purple berries, in the summertime, they were white flowers. So it blooms on new growth. It starts at the bottom of the stem, works its way up as it grows, and it produces flowers. Those flowers then turn into these just electric purple berries, and just are absolutely beautiful here in the fall. I've got berries on me. And it is just a really nice addition to your fall garden. Yes. All right, Jerry, where shall we go from here? Oh, let's go over here to the, we haven't really, oh, yes. So we have one, a bumblebee taking a little snooze on there. The Beyond Pink Caryopteris from Proven Winners. This is their newest Caryopteris. It is gorgeous. It is a nice pale pink, really fun, unique flowers on it. Very upright, brings great interest to your late summer, early fall garden. A huge pollinator attractor. The bees, pollinators of all shapes and sizes love this plant. The plant itself loves it hot and dry and loves to be neglected. So it is going to be hardy in, I want to say, zones 7 to 9. It's going to be about 2 feet tall, 2 feet wide, but a very upright habit on it. It is not floppy at all. It is basically a lovely green shrub until the late summer, when it just explodes in this beautiful pale pink, baby doll pink flowers on it. And again, pollinators of all shapes and sizes love it. Put it in the hottest spot of your garden, let it go. Pruning wise, you don't prune it until end of summer, end of winter going into spring, and you can cut it back by half. So there you go as well on that. Do we want to go, let's go up here and talk about mums. And of course there are, shrubs of all kinds. So whether you want to do evergreens or deciduous, we have people coming all the time right now because they are taking our advice on, this is the time to plant your shrubs and your trees. This is the time to get it in the ground. So we'll have folks come with their pictures and their measurements, and they say, hey, I need some help with this area. That's what we love to do. So if you're wanting some help with your landscape design, maybe it's just, one small bed. Wonderful. Bring us some pictures, all different angles and basic measurements, right? So let's say it's 20 feet long and 4 feet deep, whatever it may be. Just have the rough idea, because that's going to determine the number of plants and how we space them. So lots and lots of options for your gardens, whether you're looking to do the whole front of your house, or you're looking just to add in more pollinator attractors, or you really want to try a new hydrangea or a hibiscus, whatever the case may be. Now is the time to go. Speaking of hydrangeas, also Randy and Cece worked their little heinies off yesterday and got the bed cleaned out yesterday from all of the annuals. It looks so neat and clean and tidy. But we've decided that we're basically going to use this flower bed to really highlight each year's new introductions, the annual introductions. We might put some pansies in here, some mums that are maybe a little spent we'll put in, I don't know, or we may just let it sit. That's the great thing. We can just decide whatever we want, but just know that when you come to the nursery, especially come spring, really like mid-April and beyond, we're going to use this flower bed to highlight all of the new introductions from Proven Winners for the next year. It worked so well this year, we're going to do it again. Limelight hydrangea tree forms. Y'all, I don't know why these things are still here. They are gorgeous. These things are tight. They have buds all over them. They've got new flowers on them. Sweet. Now they're probably going to be, the flowers this time are probably going to be a little bit smaller just because we're having cooler temperatures. Like this morning, it's a little chilly out here. I'm not going to lie. My hands are pretty cold. And when I say it's chilly, like it was low 40s this morning. So you might notice that these flowers are not going to be as big as your summer flowers, and that's just a temperature thing. You're still going to have beautiful creamy white with that little bit of lime in there, but Limelight standards make a great focal point like on the corner of your house if you don't want to have a true like tree in a flower bed as a center point. If you have a really large pot, put it in a pot. It does great. I did have a customer, I think this past weekend, and she was like, you know, I bought 2 Limelight standards a couple years ago. She said, they just drive me crazy because they get so floppy. And I was like, oh, honey, just whack them back. And she was like, I can do that? And I was like, absolutely. So if you have a Limelight standard or even a Limelight hydrangea, and you notice like you have a beautiful flush of flowers, and then after a while they just start to get too downturned, go ahead and trim it back and you'll get another flush of flowers in the fall, especially if you're in the south, because our growing season is so long. We have not had a frost, we've not had a freeze. I don't know when we're gonna have, it'll be sometime in September, November.
I saw next week.
What?
I saw next week is 31.
Really? Now Saturday is supposed to be 82. It's like, welcome to North Carolina. You have, this morning is 40 something, and then Saturday the high's like in the 80s, and then we go down to 31.
We'll come real close about midweek, maybe.
I say bring it on. I'm ready. I am ready. All right, now, y'all, mums are $10. Y'all need to get out here and get these mums. Y'all are just crazy for not getting these things for $10. I mean, they're huge. I mean, you've got this gorgeous yellow down. You may be looking at it going, well, Jenny, it's already, you know, in full bloom. It's just going to be gone in a week. No, it's not, because of our cooler temperatures.
That's probably been in here for I don't know how many weeks.
Yeah, it's been in the greenhouse, which is warmer. It's probably been in here for at least, what, 3 weeks, I would say. And so, y'all, this is the perfect time to come and get them. Put them outside. You can do sun, you can do shade, because they're already blooming, right? So you're not trying to make them bloom. All you have to do is keep water on them, and that is it. And when I say water on them, I mean, because of the cooler temperatures, like once every 3 days or something, right? So Jerry grows very large mums for $10. Come get them. So I have shown you how I use them. I have them on my porch. We've put them in the landscape. We have faux planted them. We've really planted them. I mean, if you're looking for a massive pop of color, here you go. Absolutely stunning. And they come in all the colors, right? So bright yellow, kind of this aged orange, red. There's whites. There's like a pale yellow. There's a beautiful red. Look at these. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's wider than I am for $10. A Starbucks coffee almost cost you that. Come on, this will last a lot longer than a Starbucks coffee. So those. Now perennials, if you were looking to plant perennials, it is, again, a great time to do it, especially for your ones that like it cooler. So your hostas, your astilbes, your eucharas, and you can plant them in containers. You don't have to think just in the landscape, so you can add them that way. This is one of our favorite hostas. This is Wrinkle in Time. This is from our friends at Walter's Gardens. Y'all, this hosta is phenomenal. We brought this in as bare root. Was it bare root? Yeah. Bare root, I don't know, late summer, and it has already filled in this pot. Now, obviously, Wrinkle in Time is going to be a nice short one. So this is gonna go in the front of your landscape. But Wrinkle, look at how ruffly it is. Absolutely fantastic. Of course, I mean, like all hostas, right? In general, hardy end zones, was it 3 to 9? Yeah. But it is, for us, where we are, is going to be more of a shade plant. Depending if you're a zone 3, then it probably could do a lot more sun than what we have down here, but just kind of keep that in mind. Pansies and violas, we are bringing down ones that we are growing. So if you come to the nursery this weekend, you'll see these guys. Are they a little on the small side? Yes, they are. Does that matter? No, not really. I planted ones that we were growing just yesterday, and they're on the small side. It's fine. These are cool weather plants. They grow really well and very fast in the cool weather. So this is a beautiful bicolor. Then, like, this was one of the early crops that we did. That's that clear yellow. Yeah, they're getting a little wonky on us. That's all right. And then I love this blue. This was the Color Max True Blue, I believe it is. I mean, just such a sweet, sweet flower on it. Love that color. And then yesterday I planted the Penny Beaconsfield. I believe that is the name of that one. A really nice kind of an ombre purple color. And so we only have a little bit of that left because, again, we were growing that. And then Jenny happened to take 3 trays of it and put it in the deck boxes. But again, I have to plant for inspiration, right? So it is definitely time for your pansies, your violas. In fact, I told Jerry, I was like, we're almost running out of pansies and violas. We don't have any for the gardens. So we may, if I can sweet talk him into it, go ahead and order some more plugs and we can grow some more out, or get some from somewhere so that we can add them to the display gardens here at the nursery. But whether you're looking for shrubs, perennials, annuals, it is definitely a great time to do it. Sorry. Speaking of, look how sweet this is. This is the Cool Wave pansies. Now, these are not leggy. This is what they're supposed to do. They are trailing pansies. But look at that color. Isn't that the cutest little thing you ever did see? So sweet. So these would be great in containers, window boxes, but all your pansies and violas need sun. So whatever your gardening needs are, come see us, Creekside Nursery in Dallas, North Carolina. We are still open. We are going to be open through mid-December. December the 16th. There you go. We have a hard date on that. So December the 16th will be our last day of the season. Videos will continue. We don't, just because the retail portion closes every year, people think, oh, well, you know, you're not going to do any videos. Yes, we do. We do 5 videos a week. So if you're not seeing 5 videos a week, make sure that you're subscribing to the channel. It is completely 100% free. So you don't, when you hit subscribe, you're not going to get a bill. It just means that you're going to get notified when we do those 5 videos a week. If you're looking to come see us, we will be closed the week of Thanksgiving. So go ahead and prepare your hearts for that. Closed for the whole entire week of Thanksgiving. We'll reopen after Thanksgiving, whatever day that is, that next Wednesday, and we'll be open till December the 16th. I will put all of that in the video description. So no, if you have questions, go to the video description. It has tons of good answers and information in there. Yes, unique stone, supposed to come first of the month. That's all we're gonna say about that. Okay, so we're just as eager to get them as you are. Come see us. We'd love to have you. Thank you for your love and support. See you in the next video. Bye, friends.